Hello everyone, my name is Mandi Lynn. I am the young adult author of Essence, and today I'm going to be doing a video tag. And for people who are unfamiliar, a video tag, or just tag as most people call it, but I'm weird so I have to add the word video. But it's pretty much, you know, you've got a set of things you have to accomplish, and then at the end of the video you have other people do those things, which is a really bad explanation, so I'm just gonna get on with it. This video was created by Bookadoodles, and I will link her video below so you can see the original tag. Basically, it's 7 different questions which I wrote on this note card, and you have 1 minute to answer each question, and I did not prepare myself at all for any of these questions. Of course, I've already read them, but I haven't really thought of them. So I have my phone in my back pocket, and once I unlock it, you will see that I have a fancy little timer on this phone. And I have it to sound like a duck when it ends. Well, I feel stupid. I did the first question and I had the timer set for 1 hour. But now I have it set for 1 minute, I swear, and I spent a long time babbling, and I was just like, why isn't the timer going off? Alright, so let's retry that. We're back to question number 1, talk about your ultimate writing dreams or goals for 1 minute. And this time I swear, it's only going to be a minute. So my ultimate writing goal is to pretty much travel the world and meet my readers. I love doing signings, and you guys may not know this, but I have a vision board behind this camera, and on that vision board it has pictures of places I want to travel someday. They include places I've already been, like Washington, D.C., New York City, Boston, of course. I've been to Boston. I live an hour away from Boston. I want to go to Sydney, Australia. I want to go to France, and pretty much anywhere outside of the U.S. I would love to travel and visit to do signings. And of course, to do that I would need a big name publisher, and to get a big name publisher I need to write a second book. Well, not technically, but I have a feeling that's what's going to have to happen. But I pretty much want to be successful. I want to be able to do just writing someday. By the end of my senior year, I'm just going to continue that. By the end of my senior year, I'm going to have a cosmetology license, so I'll be able to do hairdressing, but I want to be able to do just writing. So even though I cheated, I'm going to move on. Question number 2, talk about your personal writing flaws for 1 minute. Alright, this question is a little unfair, but I've read some of the reviews on my book Essence, and I understand them. I completely understand the things they're pointing out. Some people are saying towards the middle of the book there's kind of a lull. And I wouldn't say it's a lull. I would say it's more me completely expressing myself to the fullest, even though my editor said to maybe cut out some parts that I didn't cut out, because personally I felt like those were really important to the book. Some people agree with me, some people disagree. It's not that I overwrite, it's just that I really write. And I know I do have a habit of going off topic when I write an essay for school, where it'll say write an essay about so-and-so, and then I'll start writing an essay about so-and-so, but then by the end I'm just like, no. Question number 3, summarize your planning / outlining / drafting strategy for 1 minute. This question is completely useless to me, because I have lectured you guys about outlining and making a little complete outline of your book using sticky notes and colorful markers and all that, and I say that, but I don't do that. For my book Essence, I made up everything as I went, and it worked out really well for me. For my second book, which has no title, I made a complete outline. I started writing it last year, and then this year I went to pick it up again, but I realized I hated it, so I gutted the entire story and I started off from scratch. And I made a quick outline on a piece of paper, but then I went to go write the book, and right now I am doing the same thing with Essence, where I make everything up as I go. Alright, so question number 4. Recommend your favorite writing tools for 1 minute. So I'm not the type of person who spends all their time online researching about writing, watching videos about writing, like the sort of videos that I make. I know that's kind of hypocritical, but I don't stalk authors' websites reading about their advice because frankly, to me, it's all the same, just put in different words. The best way to learn about writing is to read and write. And that's about as simple as it gets. If I had to recommend you one book, it would be On Writing by Stephen King. It's his memoir, and it is absolutely the best book on writing that I personally think you will ever find. But besides that, I didn't really do much research as far as writing goes. I did a ton of research on publishing. That's what most of my nonfiction books are. But besides that, I read very few books on writing. And I'm being interrupted by a duck. I would continue further, but I can't, and I refuse to cheat again. Alright, so question number 5. Explain for 1 minute why you write or want to be a published author. So here's a very loaded question. I write because I don't know what I would do if I didn't. When I was little, I used to try and think of what I wanted to be when I grew up, and like a lot of little girls, I wanted to be a vet. But then I took my hamster to the vet and heard some puppy crying in the background, and I'm like, oh, no, I don't want to be a vet anymore, I can't do this. So I feel like I'm extremely blessed to know what I want to do so young, and if I didn't write, I honestly think I would be going insane. There have been days where I felt like I was going to cry my eyes out, and then I sat at the computer, wrote 15 pages about my problem in an hour, and then walked away feeling so relieved and just not knowing what to do with myself, because it was like this giant weight had been lifted off my shoulders. And that's why I write. I just, honestly, I don't do it for money. I'm just going to complete that sentence. I don't do it for money. I write tons of short stories privately, and I know they're never going to get published someday because I don't want them to be published, but I write for my own sanity. That's why I write. Question number 6. Tell your viewers about the first thing you ever remember writing. Alright, so the first thing I ever wrote was actually Essence, and when I say first thing I ever wrote, I mean story, not like a writing assignment at school. But the first thing I wrote for Essence was actually on my laptop on a notes document, not Word, notes. Yeah, the thing without spell check and any formatting whatsoever. But it was not a scene that's now in Essence, thank God, because it's just this god-awful scene where we start off the novel with Emma's mom calling her downstairs saying, "Did you break this glass fish?" And Emma's like, "I'm sorry," because they were moving, and in the process of moving she dropped the fish, and now the fish is broken, and it was pretty much completely useless information in the story. But every novel has to start somewhere. So originally that was the beginning of Essence, and I hope you guys will agree with me when I say that the new current beginning is much better, and this duck is going to drive me insane. So the last question is pitch a novel in 60 seconds. And this is a question I always get at school. What's your novel about? And I always hate answering it. So I guess I have to answer it now. So Essence is a story of a girl who goes into a forest, and when she goes into the forest, she gets this overwhelming urge to just go farther into the forest. She's being pulled away from her family. She doesn't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but she just tries to fight it for a long time. And then after, at some point, when she finally decides to relax and just settle into this new life that she has, she is suddenly being attacked by this pole again. She has these weird dreams about it, and she doesn't know what's happening, and finally it comes to a point where it almost possesses her, and it makes her walk off. it makes her walk away from her house, and she walks into the forest, and there's this voice in her head, and it's her own voice, and she doesn't know what in the world is going on. It's telling her to do these things that she isn't sure is safe, and I guess you guys won't know anything else because the duck is telling me to stop talking. I hope you guys didn't hate my quick pitch of Essence, even though I don't know if it's terrible or not. But thank you for watching. If you want to do this video tag / challenge, feel free to. You can watch the original tag in the description bar down below and create a video response to either this video or the original video. And of course, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.